Thanks for tuning in to another tips and tricks tutorial video brought to you by Freelancer School. Today we are going to go over how to create an add to cart event in Google Tag Manager, and it's going to be a little bit in between. It's not going to be bare bones. We're going to put object properties in, but we're not going to put contact properties in yet, or customer, like the property. So I'll explain that more. but Within Google Tag Manager, if you are going to create a new event, you would go here. I would name it add to cart event, for maybe it's, again, it just depends on your situation, but add to cart event. And then for tag configuration, you're going to go to discover more tag types in the community template gallery, search for Facebook, click on it right here, choose template, boom, and you're in here. But I'm gonna go to one that's already made and go through all the different like options kind of. So on this add to cart event right here, let's just do this one. So you can see I have the pixel name because this has, I'm like testing multiple pixel variations of things right now. So this is called conversion leads pixel, add to cart event, and then it has the individual will. You can see when you're in here, you just copy and paste your pixel ID. Make sure this is, I do a standard. If you're doing a standard event, you're going to choose one of these options here. We're doing add to cart today. Make sure you choose enable advanced matching. Object properties, these are going to be like the base object properties you need for e-commerce events. So you need to send with like view content or add to cart. And again, if you have no experience with this, I do have another like base video that talks about how to like install GTM with none of this, like just the base things and not any of this stuff. But so if you need to go reference that, check it out. But what I wanted to show you right here was when you go down to our trigger. So, you installed Google Tag Manager correctly on your site with the instructions and everything, and then you have the option with variables and triggers to be able to select things. So for me, an add to cart event, which this is not a standard website really, so it would be different on a e-commerce specific website where you're like adding it to the cart and there's a cart, for instance. But what I wanted to show you was when you click start your will here, and then I right clicked and then clicked inspect, and then if you choose this thing, when you hover over elements, it's gonna go on the left hand side for you over there, go to the right spot. So what we're looking at here is I wanted it to be an add to cart event based upon the plan, because it's individual will plan or married will plan. So I can identify that with this button click right here. So if we're looking at the button name or button text, it's gonna say, it says not married right there in at the bottom, highlighted in left of it. Keeps moving whenever you move, so boop. See if I can get back over there. But yeah, married right here on the left. So you can go back to your Google Tag Manager, and when you're creating a trigger, you can go and if you don't have a trigger created, you'd click the little plus button. You could name your trigger. Then you're going to choose your trigger type. And for us, it is going to be all elements right here with this little click thing. Then it's going to be some clicks. And then I'm going to do click text. And then I can do contains or equals. And then you could just click save right here and then name your trigger, and boom, it would go off of that button click text right there. Now once you get that trigger finished, what you're going to want to do is go back out of here. So then you'll have your trigger named. It'll be right here. You can come back up here if you want this, like again, since we know what they're clicking, and we're not, this isn't like a dynamic thing. This is just like I went and found the button click text. You could do it by a lot of different variables as well if you don't want to use the click text. Um, but when on the left hand side over here, this is like what Facebook asks you to send them. They have a lot of variables. There's a crap ton, but these are object properties. That's what they're called, object properties. Um, and for different types of ads, you need they have recommendations and requirements for certain ones and how they're formatted, for instance. But basically, they need to all match as well. So um, I typed in this is the product ID for that product. If you send the event server side, you need to send the same product property value. If you can't send them both, don't send them at all. Uh, if content type is going to be product, content name is the name of the package, content category, product service, things like that. So um, we have these object properties here. That is going to be able to allow you to do more like dynamic ads from a exact product, basically, for an exact product's requirements, and then you can see it's not just an in general thing. And the reason this is so important is because if you do not send the information back to Facebook, it can't optimize or it will think your ad is doing terrible. So if you can't retarget anybody or you can't retarget the people who are visiting the specific product, what are we doing out here? So overall, you that's how you would do the add to cart event. I know like events are so confusing, and honestly, I probably will do a course on it one day. It's just like such a thing. Like I feel like most marketers need the events, like, but they don't know it. And then a lot of the developers I meet don't know about marketing events, or like they could learn it. It's not like complicated, but they just don't have the experience in it. So it just gets a little finicky when you have to like trust people and they don't even know what they're doing with it. So, but yeah, in the future, I'm going to keep trying to break this down. This is basically just to show you the trigger and how to add object properties to an add to cart event within Google Tag Manager. I hope this helps, and we'll catch you next time.